to congratulate the new leader of our parliamentary front, the Right Honorable Bobi. We see ourselves in you and are looking forward so much to seeing the voice of the common people reflected on the floor of Parliament. Friends, as we begin 2024, I would request us to take a moment to reflect on the past year as we look into the future. In 2023, we saw top regime officials, including Museveni's Vice President Jessica Lupo, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, and many other regime ministers, including the Minister for Ethics and Integrity, sharing amongst themselves the relief items that were meant for the suffering people of Karamoja, Uganda's poorest region. While they were busy looting what was meant to save Karamoja, the people of Karamoja were busy dying. Reports indicate that over 900 people died of hunger in Karamoja, where over 60% of the population is poor. Last year, we saw a renewed wave of abductions. Many of our people were kidnapped, tortured, and some of them are still missing to the present day. Many of the victims that were lucky to be freed told us horrifying stories of what happened to them while in CMI. Many women and men were raped. You all remember one of our comrades, Alex Kaiwa, telling us that he was sodomized in CMI by Uganda's military officials. I know the media tried so much to sit on this story. I know Felix Kulaije did not say anything about them raping fellow men in CMI, but will not stop reminding the nation about this. Many of our comrades, including Woman Magara, Muyodi, and many others, were brutally arrested and are still languishing in prison as we speak now, without due process whatsoever. While Honorable Sewanyana and Honorable Sekirinya were released on bail after spending 524 days in prison for crimes they never committed, we saw Olivia retire and her colleagues enter the third year in prison. They were abducted in early 2021 for having supported the opposition. They were charged in the military court, and as we speak right now, their trial has not kicked off yet. We saw how the media and civil society were intimidated and largely silenced. We also saw many religious leaders either intimidated into silence or compromised to preach evil as good and good as evil. We saw how few greedy politicians were given dirty money to destroy sister opposition parties that their comrades have spent so much effort, sweat and blood to sustain for decades. We saw the economy and social services continuing to collapse under the heavy weight of corruption and mismanagement. Uganda, ladies and gentlemen, now ranks as number 38 among the most corrupt countries. I mean, Uganda is only better than 38 countries in the whole world. Otherwise, it beats every other country in corruption. We lose almost a quarter of our national budget to corruption. Towards the end of last year, we borrowed 7 trillion shillings in just 1 week, most of which, of course, is lost to corruption and keeping Museveni's family comfortable. As we speak right now, every Ugandan, even a 1-day-old child, has a debt of 2 million shillings on their head. 2 million shillings, even on a 1-day child. That's where we are as a nation. Recently, you saw General Museveni shamelessly appointing NRM stooges to the Electoral Commission, a commission which is supposed to be impartial and independent. And yet, with all these challenges, we choose not to give up. We choose to fight on for a new Uganda because we believe in it and we know that we must achieve it in our lifetime. Thank you. When we carried out the NUP countrywide tour, you all saw millions of Ugandans standing up to receive and embrace and endorse our message of change and liberation. When we announced the launch of this new headquarters of the National Unity Platform, thousands of people converged here to witness the opening of yet another command center of the struggle for the liberation of our country. We also witnessed the massive support and solidarity of our fellow Ugandans in the diaspora and friends of Uganda that continue to stand with us in our struggle for freedom in Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw the world premiere of our documentary film, The People's President, which continues to expose the atrocities that General Museveni and his bloody regime have committed against the people of Uganda.